I was wrong about using Claude CoWork in small law firms. Now, to be clear, Claude CoWork is a fantastic tool. It's a significant step up from regular chat tools like Claude or ChatGPT. It allows you to take actions, it allows you to connect into different platforms, and it's a serious step in the right direction towards more agentic AI use. But there are three main limitations that small law firms hit while using Claude CoWork. And in this video, I'm going to break down those limitations and also the steps you can take to get over those limitations. If you don't know who I am, my name is Masai Andrews, and I work directly with small to mid-sized law firms to help them figure out how to use AI and automation to save time and make more money. So I first want to start off by saying CoWork is an extremely powerful tool, and it's moving us in the right direction in terms of the actual utility of AI, especially in businesses. So if we look at this graph right here, we have on the left side, we have chat AI. On the right side, we have like a fully autonomous organization where everything is run by AI, right? And so what CoWork did is it took us from the basic chat AI interfaces that we were all used to, where we were just chatting with ChatGPT or with Claude or with Gemini, and we were getting responses back, and maybe we were taking those responses and copying and pasting them somewhere. So now with CoWork, we've moved over one step to agentic AI, where we're not just talking with a chatbot, but we're actually having the bot use tools and take actions, et cetera, right? So it's going into Google Drive, it's reading folders in Google Drive, it's creating files in Google Drive, it's organizing things, it's moving things around on your local computer. It's actually being agentic now to where it's taking action. And so I want to just start off by saying that is a fantastic step in the right direction. And there are still some serious limitations with how far CoWork can go, especially if you're looking to get real value out of AI tools. And from a business standpoint, there's still some more work that needs to be done around the system in order to make it maximally useful and for us to sort of progress further down this flow chart here. If you have used Claude CoWork, you will know already that there are a significant number of limitations with the platform. The main three I want to focus on today are going to be reactivity, determinism, and the local compute resources. There are a couple of other ones here, but these are the main three I want to focus on now. And when I say reactivity, what I mean is I'm comparing a reactive system like Claude CoWork to a proactive system that either you build yourself or something that is more similar to Hermes agent or OpenClaw agent. Obviously, in terms of security, you'd want to build your own rather than use those, but they do have a really good they do a good job of having proactivity. So a reactive system like Claude CoWork is one where in order for us to get Claude CoWork to take actions for us, we have to go into Claude CoWork, we have to tell it to take XYZ action, please now. And then it'll go and take the action for us, and we'll wait for it and it'll go off and do it. And then when it's done, we can tell it to do something else, right? That's a reactive system where you have to prompt it and it does the work, and then you prompt it again, et cetera, et cetera. A proactive system is one that is going to figure out what needs to be done and either will do the work right away on its own, or it will propose to you what it thinks should be done. Not too long ago, there was a really big AI agent framework project going around called OpenClaw that a lot of people were using as their personal agent. And OpenClaw had a specific functionality called a heartbeat. And this is the perfect way to understand what proactivity looks like in an AI system is a heartbeat. And a heartbeat basically would be a trigger that would go off every hour where the agent would check all the work that needed to be done. And you could either have it message you and let you know what needs to be done, and then you could tell it approve or not approve it to do certain things. Or it would just check every hour what needs to be done or what needs to be monitored, and it would take the actions, right? And actually start doing the things every hour or however often the heartbeat was. And so those are the main differences between a reactive system versus a proactive system. And this is one of the main limitations of Claude CoWork and sort of what slows people down from getting business value out of AI. The next limitation I want to talk about is determinism. Typically, if you want to automate a process within Claude CoWork, you're going to use what's called a skill. And so if I come to this customize section and I come to the skills section here, I have all of these skills here which give Claude written instructions for how to execute a specific process. So create a client process, for example, right? This is the entire process for initializing a client that I want Claude to follow. And Claude's going to read this and it will use this to be able to initialize the client. Now, the problem with these skills is that they're non-deterministic, meaning that Claude may read this on Monday and do things one way on Monday, and it may read this and interpret it a slightly different way on Tuesday and do it slightly differently on Tuesday, because we're just giving it the context. It's reading the context and it's figuring out what to do based on the context. Also, a lot of our success with skills depends on how good of a job we do of explaining in depth the criteria for a successful execution of our skill. Now, if we compare this to an automation platform like N8N or Zapier or Make.com, these are deterministic platforms. These are platforms that run the exact same job, the exact same way, at the exact same time every single day, right? So if I want this workflow here, which is a daily matters report, which we can see here, this gives a daily report of the total matters, which ones are open, closed, etc., etc. This is something that we want to run the exact same way without variation every single day. And so because we want it to run deterministically without variation, we're going to use an automation platform rather than a skill in Claude CoWork or Claude Code to do this for us. And this allows us to make sure that things are being followed to the T exactly the same way every single time, which is not something that you can do within Claude CoWork. Claude CoWork may have slight variations when you run skills at different points, and there's not really that much you can do about it because it's not perfectly deterministic. And now I'm not saying that N8N is better than Claude CoWork. I'm not saying that Claude CoWork is better than N8N. You just need different things for different types of tasks. If you were to build out your own AI operating system, you could have a mix of both. So you can have this channel here where we have this daily report running every day, and we can also have a chat functionality where we're sort of interacting with our AI operating system the same way we would interact with something like Claude. And then the last thing that is a limitation, a significant limitation of Claude CoWork is going to be the local compute resources that it uses. So I've worked with several firms where people just don't quite have the hardware to be running something like Claude CoWork. If you're going to be running Claude CoWork, you probably want a computer that's probably less than 5 years old, probably less than 3 to 5 years old, and ideally it's going to be a Mac. You can do it on other computers, but ideally it's a Mac, and ideally it's less than 3 years old probably, because Claude CoWork does take up significant resources on your computer. It will slow your computer down when you're using it because it's doing a lot on your local computer, as opposed to a system that, for example, if we imagine this is your computer, we can have a system that does everything in the cloud, right? So if we have a system that we build ourselves, we can do everything in the cloud, and that way you won't be so dependent on having to have the right computers. You could have slightly worse computers and still be able to run everything fine. Your computer won't have to be on, for example, to run certain things as it will with Claude CoWork, where it always has to be on, and Claude CoWork has to always be open. We can offload a lot of the work to the cloud instead of running it on the local computer if we build out your own operating system. Really quick, if you are the owner of a small to mid-sized law firm and you want to see how I can help you implement AI solutions like the ones you're seeing in this video, there's a link you can click on in the description to see how I can help you out with that. So let's get right back into this video. The main thing that I'm trying to stress here is that CoWork is basically helping us take the jump from chat AI to agentic AI. But you're not confined to CoWork is what I'm trying to say. So you can build a very similar system that does everything that CoWork can do, but you could build it out of Microsoft Teams, for example, where you can find matters, create matters, get summaries of daily reports of things that are going on in the firm, chat back and forth with an agent, get the agent to draft things in your email for you or create new matters in Clio for you, etc., etc. You could do the same thing out of Slack as well. You could have an agent be able to create contacts and matters for you, give you breakdowns of your matters and contacts, do research online for you as well. The main thing I'm trying to stress is that we're moving towards agentic AI now, but you don't have to be confined to Claude CoWork. Claude CoWork is just the most popular example of an agentic AI system, but you could build and probably should build your agentic AI systems out of Slack or Microsoft Teams or wherever you're used to working out of. And then you can build and sort of add your customizations on top of that so that it does exactly what you want it to do. If you're interested in having this built out or building this out step by step, then I'll leave links to 2 videos, one in which I show you how to build this out in Slack and the other in which I show you how to build it out in Microsoft Teams step by step, so you can actually have something like this set up in your own environment. I'll leave the links to those in the description. So those are some of the limitations of Claude CoWork and how you can overcome those limitations with different software solutions. If you like the video, make sure to leave a thumbs up. Comment down below, let me know what other kinds of videos you want to see. If you like this sort of content, if you want to see more commentary style content, let me know in the comments. Make sure to hit the subscribe button and make sure to turn on post notifications so you don't miss any more videos like these. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and hope you have a great rest of your week.